it struck us because Alexa came to the Austrian marketplace and it sneaked in through the back door, and then we saw that the consumption that we had via TuneIn went up 7 times in just 8 months, and that's due to the Alexa adoption. You could even see the Amazon Prime days. You could really see the Prime Day when it peaks and goes up, and also of course Christmas. So we see that at the moment Alexa is a friend of radio, but we all know she's a Trojan horse.
And what about the tune-in element to this? Because was Alexa getting your stream via tune-in?
Yes, absolutely. Like all the radio stations, we are represented first when it comes shipped in Austria via the TuneIn app, TuneIn skill, and when you build your own skill, then the voice command for Spiele KronerHit, play KronerHit, would be replaced by your own skill. So, the downturn is that, of course, it's always hard to go to Alexa via a third-party provider. I mean, there's someone between you and your listener, which we as a radio station do not feel too comfortable with. The next thing is that Amazon doesn't allow to target on an Alexa. So the guys from AdSwiss told me they don't get the data to do the proper targeting there. So also commercially wise, that's something you have to think of. And so we said, okay, how can we come up with our own skill that has advanced usage for the listener? And for us, gaming is pretty important. So we have very big competitions at KronerHit. So we're starting with an app. We already have it in test that enables the listener to say, Alexa, I want to take part in the sweepstake, and then you get an SMS, a text message. Then you can take part. You need this text message because of the European data protection laws. Yeah, if Alexa started to read everything out, it would take 1 hour till you can take part. Not good. So it's better to have a nice little link in a text message.
Clever.
So that's what we're doing, because we want to make it easier for people to take part in our competitions.
Your station is youth-focused, yes? Youth
Yes.
target. You talked today at the Media 2020 conference about your latest app and how that's adapting and evolving to serve your youth audience.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about that.
Yeah, so we started with the app 1 year ago. So then it came into the market, first in the Android and then a few weeks later also in the iOS. The whole process started about 4 years ago when we did a study and found out why are the radio stations doing so poorly on smart devices. So if you look, for example, at US streaming data, you see Pandora growing, Spotify growing, and the other stations like CBS Radio, iHeart, pretty much stable, maybe light growth somewhere. So why is that? It's not that radio didn't know that the smartphone was coming, not at all. Everyone was doing a smartphone app about 10 years ago. But obviously something happened on the way to growth. So we asked people, we installed them 2 Austrian radio apps, KronerHit and our main competitor Ö3, and also 2 pure streamer apps being Pandora and Spotify on the smartphones. And they could use them for about 1 week, and then we could track their behavior. Also with some little spyware on it, and we told them before. And then we sat together in a focus group and we found out what they thought. And the big thing is, the number one advantage of the pure streamers was the better quality. They don't drop out so frequently like radio live streams do, because in radio you have this magic 30-second buffer, but when the network dropout is longer than 30 seconds, well, then you have silence. So we wanted to come up with a technology that combines the best of both worlds, to combine all the good stuff that's in a live stream, being presenters, fun, entertainment, games, news, whatever, and also having the user interfaces and interactivity and reliability of the pure streamers. And that's what we did. So we started with the app 1 year ago. It has now close to 200,000 downloads in Austria, which is pretty good. Austria is not such a big country. We also see that the usage figures are going up. It's not exploding, but it's always a year-on-year growth between 10 and 15%, so that's good.
So it uses the technology that streaming services use of preloading.
Yes. Yes,
some of the
a lot with preloading and pre-buffering, because it's the only way you have to be more stable.
So how does that work? Does that delay the signal for a while? You're not presumably getting real time?
It delays the signal at the beginning for about 20 seconds. And then when you skip and you get a different song in, and the presenter would talk at the same time on the air, you have two ways to deal with that. Either you could cut the song,
Yeah.
or you could take the presenter and put his break right after the song. And that's what we are doing actually. So,
Okay,
yes,
so that's the other interesting element, being able to swipe left or right when you don't like a song,
yes,
and substitute another song.
Yes, to get a different song, which is pretty hard in terms of music planning, because you need some kind of two-dimensional planning, because you need to avoid those songs as fillers that you've been using before, because the worst user experience would be skip and guess I'm here again. You don't want to have that. And so yeah, that's that, but it works even in a CHR rotation, which is pretty small, of course. It works, yeah.